Hi there. I'm going to give you a quick tour of the flow for building a training data set in Fritz AI. There are 3 steps to this flow. Number 1, add images in a collection. Number 2, annotate those images. And number 3, create a snapshot for training. So we're going to start by creating a new image collection. And in this case, we're going to use a seed collection. This allows us to use transparent images to generate a large training data set without having to annotate a ton of images. We're going to call this data set doorways, and we're going to save it. And now it'll give us the option to add our images. I'm just going to add 2 images, and we'll talk more about how many you should use in a little bit. Once these images are done uploading, we will be able to move on to step 2, which is annotation. So I will click on the first image here, which will bring us to annotation. The first thing you do in annotation is to create labels. Now in this case, again, we're doing an image segmentation model, and we're going to have open doors and closed doors. So I want 2 labels for this. So let's create a first one here for open. Let's create a second one for closed. When I save those, it's going to set up the left bar with my 2 labels. So now we can begin the process of annotation. In this case, we have an open door, so I'm going to use the annotation tool to draw a polygon around the inside of the closed door. When I click back on that first point, it closes it. And now I'm done with that annotation, so I'll click Save. It moves me to the next image, and I'm going to select the label Closed because this is a closed door. I'll go through and annotate this. Now, I'm only going to do 2 images here, but you want to do about 20 seed images per label that you have. So in this case, we have 2 labels. We want about 40 seed images, 20 of each. But just for showing you today, we're going to keep this short. So I'll click Save again, and now we've got both of our images annotated. So these are seed images. They're transparent pings. The backgrounds you can see here are transparent. And I can tell that they're both annotated because I have green check marks down here in the carousel on both. So now that I'm done with both of these, I'm going to go back to the collection and jump into step 3, which is to generate a snapshot for training. So a snapshot is what the models actually train on, and we use a synthetic data generation technique to mash up your seed images with a range of backgrounds. I'm going to give this snapshot a name. I'm going to make sure that I choose the seed image collection that I just did, and then the number of seed images, or the number of generated images. So generally, you want to do about 100 images per seed image. So here we have 2 seed images. I'm going to do 200. You might want, if we had 40 images, you might want to do 4,000 generated images. We're going to click Next and confirm the snapshot. Now, this will take just a little minute, but it's going to show us a preview of what this data set looks like. Once we see the preview, we'll be able to make some decisions about whether our seed images are working the way that we designed. Again, if you're working with transparent pings, you should see that. So here we have transparent images that are being overlaid on a wide range of different backgrounds. This will train your model well on how to detect those specific things. These look good in terms of scale and augmentation, so I'm going to go ahead and click Create Snapshot. Now this process takes anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes, and when it is done generating your snapshot, you will get an email. And that's it. Those are the 3 steps. So this has been a quick tour of how to build a training data set in Fritz AI. And for more information, use the links below.